Hi, welcome to episode 11 of the Stitchin Book Nerd podcast. My name is Dana, I'm your host, and thanks for joining me. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back to watch, and if you're a new viewer, thanks for checking me out. You can find me on Ravelry, the Cross Stitch Forum, Instagram as Book Nerd, BOOKKNURD, and that's where I am. You can leave me comments here on my blog or send me an email to stitchinbooknerd@gmail.com. Stitchin without a G. If you have comments or questions or just want to say hi. So let's jump into it. A few things before we get into the meat of things about the podcast, just like administrative stuff. I am working finally on getting a new website up and running. Get the blog kind of more up to date instead of just like all I really do right now is post links to the videos on YouTube. So I'm working on that. I'm going to hopefully be hosting my own website so I can post these to iTunes as a true podcast. Not a true podcast, but that's just, I like to watch podcasts through iTunes, so to me it just seems like something nice to do for people who like to watch it through iTunes. I'll still be posting them on YouTube, so all you YouTube viewers, don't worry, especially the floss tubers, who I know are primarily on YouTube. So no worries, it will still be there, but I am going to try to split things up in that area. Another thing I wanted to talk about, so my podcast, I talk about lots of crappy things, and I also talk about books, and I love talking about both of those things, but I'm starting to think that pushing all those things into one video is getting kind of cumbersome. There's no real connection between any of it. So what I'm thinking about doing is splitting them up. So I'm going to have videos for crafty stuff and videos for book stuff. And one thing this will let me do is do more stuff with the book stuff. So instead of just telling you what I've been reading, I could talk about some of my favorite books from the past, or just topics about books, or whatever. I have some other ideas in mind. So I think I'm going to try that. And I think I'm going to do it alternating weeks. So I will now be posting, hopefully, every week, but one week will be books, the next week will be crafts, so on and so forth. So if you don't like the books part, you don't have to watch it. If you do, you can. If you don't like crafts and you just like books, whatever, pick your 21 or both. I hope everybody will watch both because I like sharing all those things with you. But like I said, I just think this format will allow me to spend more time on everything instead of having like a 2-hour long podcast, which I haven't ever done, but let's be honest, I probably could. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's jump into it. So what I've been working on, sorry for the crinkling, I had something in a bag. Baby gifts, pretty much that's all I've been doing, baby gifts. I've been doing a lot of different things, but the most important thing that I've been doing, and that is now done, is the superhero alphabet. Da, 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 da. It's finished. Yes, it's all done. All 26 letters of the English alphabet with superheroes next to them. Complete. I finished this last weekend. It's actually why I'm a little bit late getting this podcast out. I was so close, I knew I wanted to finish it before I podcasted, and then I also got distracted. But it's done. So last time we talked, this thing is so big. I had finished the first 2 rows, and then L and P and Q. So I've since finished all these people, which is quite a few. How many is that? 12? So almost half of it. I am so tired of this project. I am not meant to be a monogamous crafter much, and on top of that, not just a monogamous crafter, but like not a monogamous stitcher specifically, not a monogamous knitter. So it doesn't help that I'm switching between like knitting and stitching and sewing within each craft. I need to be doing multiple things, apparently, because by the end of this, I finished this and I was just like, I'm done. I don't even care. I didn't even do like, I don't usually do like a happy dance, but like it wasn't even like, oh, I'm done. I was just like, I'm done. I don't even think I've posted the whole thing to Instagram yet, which is crazy. my picture of it, I mean, because I post lots of stuff to Instagram. It's finished. So glad. So glad. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out, actually, and I'm still, this is, okay, so, reason number one why I'm not a monogamous stitcher. By the time I was done with this, I was so sick of this project, I hated it. And I don't hate this project, I love this project. I think it's great for the people I'm giving it to. I think it's a great project in general. It's a great pattern, it looks good, it's designed well, stitching it was fun. I just worked on it too long, with no breaks, and by breaks I mean like stitching on something else. I wanted to stitch on other things, and I felt like I couldn't. All of this was self-imposed, so I knew what I was doing. And I don't actually feel that way, but I did want to get it done on time, so I am glad I did that. But yeah, in general, this is why I'm not an anonymous stitcher. I will become one if I decide that I need to be. But anyway, it's finished. Yay. Yeah, to show you how much I didn't care by the end. So like up until then, every time I did a new one, I made sure I knew which superhero it was if I didn't know already. And by the end, I was like, my husband would be like, "Which one? Who's that?" Don't care. Do not care who it is. But yeah, it's done, and I have more than enough time to get it framed, which is frankly amazing. The last projects I've done on deadlines have been done mere days, if not hours, before I was going to give it to someone. So this is kind of an improvement. But yeah, so let's run through who all's on here. So, and I think I know all their names. I went back and looked, checked who was here. So let's see. I can't tell you. I can tell you their names. I can't really tell you a lot about some of them. Some of them are published, are super old, or one of them is. Anyway, Aquaman, Batman, Cyclops, Daredevil, Elektra, Flash, the Green Lantern, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, Jean Grey. See, it's too big. Okay. Kilowog, Logan, aka Wolverine. I don't know this one. Okay. I would not have guessed this. Martian Manhunter. Okay, and hold on. I don't know it either. I should have just kept my phone on. Oh, okay. Actually, that one comes earlier. Nightcrawler, Oracle, I think, Power Girl, Quicksilver, Robin, Spider-Man, Thor, Union Jack, or as my sister-in-law Jana says, Houston Powers, which is I like that better actually. Last row, Vision, Wonder Woman, Professor X, Yellow Jacket, who I looked up and is from like this old comic book publishing company from the 40s that I don't know. Anyway, and Zatanna, who is a Michael Jackson lookalike. That's what my husband thought it was. When I showed it to him, yes, it's Michael Jackson. Zatanna, she's so funny. She has fishnet stockings. It's kind of hard to see, they're showing up black, but they're like back stitched on her legs, little crisscrosses, supposed to be fishnets. Yeah, it's hilarious. I like Union Jack. I think he's my favorite. He has such great detail. Lots of fractional stitches on him. But anyway, this is such a good pattern. If I were doing it again, so I stitched this on Ada because I thought it looked good with like the pixel people aspect of this. It does. I still stand by that decision. However, if you're going to do this pattern, or even, you don't have to do the whole thing. Say if you were going to spell someone's name with it or something. Some of the characters have fraction stitches, and while you can do fractional stitches on Ada, it is not much fun to do. It's much easier to do on even weaver linen, and it often looks better because it's sometimes hard to get the fractional stitches even on Ada. So anyway, just something to keep in mind. Also, the whole it's I stitched on white fabric, which again I think looks good, but there are some like Power Girl, and we talked about this last time, who have white that would be actually, there's nothing else around it, and so you need to do some kind of back stitching or something to distinguish that, or not. But if you don't, it pretty much blends in. So there we go. This is what my second stitching finish on this show since the over 6 months I've been doing it. Yay! To be a very good chunk of that time. In the summer I was not stitching because I was greatly changing my life. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. I did not get this centered on the fabric, which is fine. The fabric was quite big enough for this, but so it won't make a big difference. But I'll probably have to trim some of that off before I get it framed. I'll probably be able to show it to you guys after I get it framed. So look at that. It has been ironed, but it has since been folded up, so I could go show it to people. So I'll iron it again. It is kind of hard to iron. The wrinkles don't want to come out very much. I don't think I'm gonna wash it. I'm kind of worried about that DMC red. I'm just not. I know lots of people wash their projects, and I don't really see anything wrong with it. But boy, if something happened and it was ruined, I would be good. So, and it's not dirty. It hasn't traveled anywhere with me very much, so it's fine. Not dirty at all. And the wrinkles, it's gonna be framed too, so it's gonna stretch. Be stretched a lot, so it should be fine. So that's done. I am not currently working on anything stitching wise, but I do have several whips. So what I was planning on doing was showing you guys the state of these are not all of my whips, but they're the ones that are going to get the most attention coming in. Well, one of them may not get much attention, but I thought I'd show it anyway because it's in this file. So I have some projects that are not so much whips as UFOs, and they're really just, they're waiting for a time when I can spend time on them, which is not now. So anyway, let us begin. So the whip that I'll be focusing most of my attention on, but not all of it, because I'm not doing this thing where I only stitch on one thing anymore, is a whip, my oldest whip. Technically, superheroes could have been considered my oldest work in progress, sort of, but I had to restart it, and there was like a really long time I wasn't working on it, so, and it's done. So yeah, this is my oldest work in progress. This is for my cousin's baby, who was born, is a year old now, or almost a year old, like in the next week or so. It was supposed to be done when she was born. It has not been done, but it's over halfway done, and it will be done soon-ish. So I'm going back in October for the retreat. I will be getting all the baby presents for my sister-in-law's baby, then, and then me and my husband will be going back, and that's like right before the baby comes, like a week before, so the baby may or may not be there while I'm there, I don't know. I'm not going back to see the baby. I mean, if the baby's here, I'll see it, if I can. We are going back later in the year, so maybe like maybe around early December, that's the word I was looking for, because Mark needs to see his niece or nephew and his sister, and we want to spend time with them and see some of our family for the holidays. So we'll be going back then. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try to have this done by then and framed. I really want to give this to her before she's much older than this. And I don't know when I'll be back to Arkansas. So yeah, I do need to really get this done. I don't care. Honestly, I'm excited to work on it because it's not superheroes. So anyway, without further ado, this is Nursery Rhymes by Joan Elliott. It's so wrinkled right now, especially down here at the bottom. So I had finished this much quite a while ago. So we have Mother Goose in the middle. The bottom half is done. I just have the top half. This does not go very fast because it has quite a bit of detail in the shadings. Like if you just look at Mother Goose, like in her bow, there's like 3 colors of purple, which it looks really good. The shading's really great on this. It looks really awesome, but stitching it is kind of tedious. Or not tedious, it just doesn't go as fast. And there's lots of fractional stitches. People who make kits with this many fractional stitches and put in the kit Ada should have some sort of punishment. It's just not nice because, and I have made a lot of progress on this before I realized that, oh, this would be easier on women, because this was one of the first things I started. So I'm not redoing it by any means. Anyway, I'm not going to redo it, but if I were going to do this again, or another Joan Elliott piece, I would, because a lot of hers have similar attributes, I would do it on women. So there's one that will be focused on you know. The next two are also gifts that I have shown before on the podcast. Also, I will probably have so many projects I want to do. The Save the Stitches sampler, I've been seeing Kinsey do that in the lovely array. It's so pretty, and I want to start mine so badly, and I still have to pull colors for it. I even want to do that. Just to do that would be awesome. So I'm working on that. Really, to pull colors, I need to organize my threads, which again I want to do, but I've been putting it off because I'm trying to get this other gifts done. So hopefully I'll be doing that soon. I'd like to start that. I have all the stuff I need for the Around the World in 80 Stitches stitch along from Papillion, which actually the stitch along is, they're done releasing charts now. So I need to do that. I have the Song of the Leather one I want to do. I have a frame for it. Hello, I need to actually stitch the thing to go in the frame because I bought the frame specifically because it would work for that. So yes, I need to do that. And so I will probably be starting more things before all of these things are finished, but this is what I have right now. And these will be the focus here for a little while at least. So this is a Blackwork sampler by Tam's Creations. I've shown this before. This is the Winnis Music Blackwork sampler. I do not remember the last time I showed this, but I think I've gotten more done on it since then. Honestly, I don't know. So I have done the middle and the right side, and then down to the bottom. There's actually like a piano keyboard that runs across the bottom that I haven't started on yet. But yeah, that's it. I like this piece a lot. I think it's looking super good on this fabric, which is Lakeside Lemon, 40 count, Misty Rain. This is the most beautiful gray. It's so pretty. Very light gray. And then the Dinky Dyes Black Coral Silks, I think. I don't have the threads right now. Oh my gosh, I could stitch everything in Dinky Dyes. So lovely to stitch with. Silks. You gotta try them at least once. They're expensive. I know, they're very expensive. I would not stitch everything in them because I just couldn't stitch everything. But if you can stitch even a small thing, you just buy one skein. Oh gosh, they're beautiful. And Dinky Dyes is a great silk. It doesn't tangle very easily. That since at least in my experience with this one color, and they're so soft. I love them. Okay. Anyway, I need some more. And after watching oh my mind is on Miss Milky Kid. Her videos and seeing her thread stash, I really want to buy just thread. I used to not be that way. I did not want to buy threads just to buy them, but I really do now. I really do. I just want to buy threads the whole time. Anyway, so there you go. Winnis Music, Tam's Creations. This is a piece for my father-in-law, who's a big music player and has a music room, and hopefully that'll be done soon. Okay, so after I get nursery rhymes done, Winnis Music should not actually take very long, so I'm trying to keep working on it in between other pieces. And I'm not in it. I mean, I want to get it done for him, but there's no big hurry to get it done. He's been playing music for many years, and he probably won't stop anytime soon. So this next piece will be one I want to get done soon, just because I just want to get it to the recipient. This is, I love this piece so much. This is my band sampler for my grandmother, my paternal grandmother. Both of my grandmothers are very important to me. And actually, I have another piece planned for my other grandmother, which I hope to start soon as well. Oh yeah, another start. Which I showed on here. It's a Spring Quaker by Rosewood Manor, but that's neither here nor there. But this piece is so special to me. I think she's gonna love it. Both my grandmothers were great seamstresses and very creative people. And this grandmother used to paint and quilt and do all kinds of stuff. Make awesome costumes for the children's plays at her school that she taught at, and all kinds of stuff. And she really likes it that I do all these things, which is so special to me because we've always had a good relationship and been pretty close. But that just is something else that's special, and it's just nice to be able to share that with her. So anyway, so I just want to make her something nice. My grandfather passed away a little over 2 years ago, and I wanted to make something. They were married for over 60 years, but when he passed away, is that right? It is right. They were married for 62 years. So they are, beyond just being incredible people, a good example to me of what a good marriage is like. And I think that's awesome. So anyway, so I wanted a testament to that as well. So I'm making the band sampler that was in the 2012, I believe, Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly, and then like what was it, like spring, either summer, fall, and winter, spring, summer, and fall. This is how much I have done so far. So I have not stitched on this in many months. The last time I stitched on this was the last time I was at the stitching retreat in April, and I was attempting to get this done by Mother's Day, and it just was not happening because a lot of stuff came up with moving and job interviews and stuff. And so anyway, this is the last place I left off. At this point, I have been stitching on this thing like night and day for a while, so I was just kind of tired of it. Not tired of it. I was just, it's so big, it's huge. I mean, look how much more space is on here. So there's lots more bands to do. Actually, no, wait, that's not right. There's 7 bands. So there's 3 bands after this, but they're big. They're like, quite a bit wider than the other ones. So anyway, this is on my scroll frame. But yeah, I just love this so much. So what I did, I changed, up here used to be like Margaret something and like a random date, and I put Joe and Ann, who are my grandparents, their last name Calloway, and the year that they were married, which was 1950. So I changed it. I think it's so pretty, and I think it's gonna be really special to me and hopefully to her. So there's the band sampler. I'm actually really excited to get back on this one. There are some specialty stitches on this. Yes, there are. So it's just a different kind of stitching than superheroes, for sure. Anyway, so there's another one. So that and nursery rhymes will probably be my 2 focus pieces, and they're pretty different. I mean, nursery rhymes, a lot of shading and little motifs, and it's not realistic. They look like cartoons, but more realistic things. And this is much more abstract designs. And the last one, I just wanted to show you how pathetic this was. So I remember earlier this year, I was back watching like the. I'm gonna, when I put all the my new website up, I want to go back and put up my old videos and put show notes to them because I never did that. And I was watching a video where I was talking about the Once Upon a Time sampler from Frost the Pumpkin, and I was like, I should be able to keep up with this. It's like one little thing a month. Here's how much I have done on it. Let's see, there is approximately 2 inches of border and 1 dwarf's hat from January, which was Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. So that's great. This needle has been here threaded since January. Great job, Dana. Way to go. Way to keep up with it. So yeah. I don't know when I'll work on this one. I think this is, I've been watching the updates of what they're coming out with, and I think it's super cute, and it will be super cute. and I still love my fabric color choice, but I don't know what I'm going to work on. So, yeah, that's it for stitching. So hopefully we'll have lots more to show next week that's not superheroes. Well, it won't be superheroes. And not next week, next time. And yeah. So sewing, since we last spoke, I've sewn together all the half square triangle blocks for the quilt. The quilt I'm doing is the Sunny Side Stars quilt from the Motivate shop. I am using, let me see. The fabric line I'm using is Autumn Woods by Kate and Birdie Paper Co., which was produced by Moda. And so I haven't finished the blocks yet, but I've done like a big part, which is sewing all these half square triangle blocks. This is just a fraction of the blocks I've done. There are 100 blocks now of half square triangles. 199 and then the one completely finished block that I did just to see what the process was like. So that will be my next focus. I need to get that quilt top done and get it to the quilter in the next week or so, just to make sure I have enough time. No, I have not figured out how I'm taking a frame cross stitch piece and a 90 by 90 quilt with me back to Arkansas. Don't know how that's happening because I'm flying, I'm not driving. We'll see. Some way, somehow, I may be wearing the quilt. But that should go together fairly quickly. That was a big chunk of the sewing. I had to sew all those together and then cut them and then press them, which was a long time. And now I have to cut 64 of them and sew the jill roll strip on one side, press those, lay them out, piece them together, and then sew, and then piece the back together. I probably should forget to do that. And then take it to the quilters. I kind of hope I can knock that out in the next week from now. Maybe over this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, that's that. I haven't done much sewing other than that because, again, much like I predicted, once I hit blast, I only had 5 or 7 letters to go on superheroes. That's pretty much all I was doing, unless I was at work knitting or just like completely brain dead and all I could do was knit. So yeah. Speaking of knitting, because I was so tired of working on superheroes, but I could not justify stitching on something else, I cast on a lot of stuff. So I think I had like 1 stitching project last time, and this time I have 5 things. Okay, so let's start with what I was working on last time. So last time I showed you guys the pendulum shawl by, I want to say Amy Miller, but it sounds kind of odd. Yes, that's right, Amy Miller. Okay. I have added, well, about 3 more stripes because I was barely in that 4th one since last time. So I think last time I had just started this blue stripe, and now I'm into this is the second to last red stripe. So there, see, it goes blue, red, gold, blue, blue, red, gold, red, blue, red, gold, red, and then another blue, red, gold. Yeah, that's right. So I effectively have, slightly less than 4 stripes left. Still really like this project a lot. The color is really great. It's a little washed out there, but that's fairly true to color. It's turning out the way I thought it would. Sorry it's kind of hard to see bunched up on the needles, but I like it a lot, and I can't wait to see it off the needles and blocked in all its glory. So there it is. Yeah, this is a great project. It's very much potato chip knitting at the beginning of a section when the short rows are short. As you get longer, and it's also growing every row in width. So as you get longer, it gets a little slow because it's just knit. But it's also good for watching shows or whatever. So there's the pendulum shawl, still going strong. Let me see. What else did I start? Oh, yeah. Big start. I started my first sweater. For whatever reason, I just was wanting to work on something new, and so I wanted to cast this on. So I have started. This is the yoke, which I'm still working on. Yoke, that's of an egg. Yoke. of the Flax Pullover by Tin Can Knits. It's in their Simple collection. It is, which is a free pattern collection. If you want to learn how to knit, I highly recommend it. They have some great patterns, and it's free, and they do tutorials on their blog on how to cast on, how to do a knit stitch, how to do a purl stitch, how to increase, how to knit around, whatever you want to know. And you can do scarves, hats, mittens, I mean, made that part up, I don't know if they have mittens, socks, sweaters, cardigans, all kinds of things. And so it's kind of, it's, if you think you might want to learn how to knit, I would recommend that, because you can put out with some things that you would actually want to wear. And instead of like a basic, like the scarf is slightly more complicated than a straight garter knit scarf. So while still it would be, well, it's the one I ripped out, the wheat scarf. So I eventually decided I didn't want it, but it's still a good first project. This is the yarn I'm using. It's Malabrigo. And hold on, I have the tag. Malabrigo, and they're just their worsted base. It's in the color 160 Verde Esperanza, and it's kind of hard to see here. That kind of gives the color. It's just a really gorgeous dark teal. Can't quite see it there. And I love it. It's very pretty. It's so much fun to knit with. It's knitting up very nice. I like it a lot. So it's my first sweater. I did do a gauge swatch. I'm also checking gauge as I go. I did go up a needle size, so it wasn't very far along. I'm not alternating skeins. That's probably going to bite me in the butt. However, this is my first sweater. I'm not expecting it to fit great, just to be frank, because that takes me time and effort and skill that I don't have right now. But it's just a pullover. If I just want to wear it around the house, I can do that. And so if it's stripy or whatever, so be it. I just want to learn how to knit a sweater. I will figure out alternating skeins another time. And I've taken the skeins out in the light. They do not look too different from each other, but we'll see. So, knitters out there, know that I'm aware of what I'm doing, and I know it may not turn out, and I'm okay with that so far. So yeah, it's first sweater, super excited about that. What else? Oh, yes, this is a good one. Baby gift. I am knitting the baby. I'm actually going to knit the baby two things. Well, I'll probably knit many things eventually, but for right now, two things. This is the first one. Isn't this exciting? This is pieces of a seamed project, and it's going to be a stuffed animal, and it's going to be an elephant. The nursery theme is elephants, and so I just thought it was something fun to make them. I've wanted to make a stuffed toy for a while, or knit a stuffed toy, and this pattern is super cute. I don't think I have a picture of it. And my sister-in-law, yeah, here it is. This is a free pattern on Women's Day. It's not a beginner's pattern. It's a little elephant, but it's not too bad either. I'm knitting it out of an acrylic yarn because this is for baby and needs to be able to be washed. So this is acrylic, but this is a really great acrylic if you're going to use acrylic. This is Uptown Worsted by Universal Yarns. It's very soft. The colors are beautiful. It feels good. It doesn't feel scratchy like cheap acrylic can, and it's gorgeous. I would knit baby sweaters out of this, or blankets. Definitely blankets, because it feels really good. Anyway, so there you go. I might even knit knee sweaters out of this. It's soft. Anyway. So I have two parts of the body. These need to be bought. And the butt, or the base. And then I need to knit the legs, the head, the tusk, and then seam it all together. This will be my first seaming project. A little nervous about that, but it should be fine. So I'm knitting that. That needs to be done before I go back in October, I'm going back for like a full week. I'll be back in Arkansas. I'm leaving on Saturday. The retreat starts on a Thursday, and then the time in between there, I'll be visiting people, including my sister-in-law, and getting all the stuff to. Yeah. So that's the elephant. Okay, moving on. Okay, so the other two I've started very recently. I started them after finishing Superheroes. Both of these are fairly newly released patterns. One of them is in a new stash item, and I do have stash to show later. Fell off the Don't Buy Stash wagon. We'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, this is a new stash item. This is Malabrigo Finito, which is a pure super fine merino, and it is super fine because it is so soft, so squishy. This is in the Pomo colorway, which is a dark gray, or not dark gray, it's just a light gray. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, it's like the same color as the elephant. And I'm using this to make the Whispering Pine shawl, which is a paid-for pattern by Molly from a Homespun House podcast. And you can kind of see the detail there, but it's a gorgeous pattern. It's a beautiful, simple shawl, and it's very beautiful. And it's a little more mindful knitting than like the pendulum shawl or even the sweater, which is mostly stockinette. So I like that I kind of have to pay attention to it more. I just kind of wanted something like that. So here's where I've started. I love these little pearl bumps in the body. They're so pretty and delicate. And oh my gosh, all this yarn is so soft. It's so I keep making Mark, my husband, touch it and tell me how soft it is. I don't know why this is a thing that knitters do, or maybe I'm the only one that does this, but like make people tell you that yes, it's soft. And he was like, Dana, all your yarn is soft to me. It's all soft. It's everything you show me and tell me it's soft. It's all soft. Stop telling me this. But anyway, it's really soft. I love this colorway. I actually have fiber right here. Some Malabrigo fiber in the same colorway. This is also Paloma, I think. Yes, it is. So anyway, yeah, really like this. This was so I went to Baskets of Yarn. Why did I go there? I needed yarn for something. I don't know. I needed something, and I was only going to go get that thing. But they were unboxing Malabrigo. They had just gotten a shipment in, and they were having an unboxing where you go and see what all they got. And I fell down the rabbit hole quite a bit, which I'll show you the next work in progress I cast on, also out of new yarn. This is the Outlander Mystery Knit Along. It's not a mystery to me because I cheated and looked at people's works in progress, but frankly, and I don't know enough designers right now to be like, yes, I love all your stuff. I'll knit whatever you design without knowing what it's going to look like first. I'm not ready to commit time or yarn to that. Well, commit yarn. You can always get yarn back out of the project, pretty much. But yeah, so I cheated. But I think it's really nice, this shawl, and interesting. And so I wanted to knit it, and it calls for 2 skeins basically of contrasting sock weight yarn, and there were some gorgeous Malabrigo colors in Malabrigo sock, so I got some. One of these colors was not in the unboxing, they just already had it in the shop, but it went really well with the other one. So I have Malabrigo sock in the Côte d'Azur. I'm not good at and it's like a very dark navy blue, very pretty. It's coming out super dark there. It is pretty dark, but it's not quite that dark. And then I have the Tiziano red, which is more cranberry than this. This is a bit darker than the red in the pendulum shawl that I'm doing. So I said, like, when I was at the shop, I was like, I don't have anything in these colors. And when I got on there, I realized, like, I have a blue and red shawl going right now. Whatever. Apparently these are my fall colors this year, burgundy and navy. But, anyway, you may wonder why this ball is wound into, like, an actual ball and not, like a ball winder. So apparently Malabrigo often has issues coming off the skein to be wound. This ball certainly did. They had to take it off the skein winder and ball winder, and or off the Swift, I mean, and ball winder, and wind it by hand, all 400 yards right before closing. So it was super sweet of Patty, I think that's her name, at Baskets of Yarn. And this is the most beautiful ball of yarn I own. This is almost making me want to hand line all my own balls of yarn, which is kind of crazy, in my opinion. It's just so pretty. It doesn't look like, it looks like a red ball, right? But in person, it's beautiful. Anyway, so there's that, and that's going to become a shawl that has the tiniest start on it. There it is. There's my Outlander shawl. Another thing, I have not read the Outlander books, but I want to, just to try them. And so I'll probably be starting that soon. If I know I own Outlander, but I don't know where it is, because it's in a box somewhere. So I'll be talking more about that on the book episode next week, but you can look forward to that. Okay, so I think that's all I'm working on. That's 5 knitting things. That's not the only knitting projects I have going, but kind of the 5 that are going right now. So yeah, so let's talk about stash. So I have not been buying stash lately. 1, I have so many things to work on. I just don't need to buy stash. 2, okay, like that has anything to do with it. I would still buy stash if I could. 2, we just moved, which quite a long distance, which took quite a bit of money. And while we were certainly able to do that, you have to recover from it financially. So I've been doing that. We have lots of things we need for our home. We need a dining room table. We need all kinds of stuff. And so I've been being very good and not buying anything, like anything. Not a back quarter here or there, not threads, not anything. So I went to the yarn shop to get some yarn that I needed for a project that I wanted to do and I needed to start on now. And then I fell off the wagon. I couldn't stop it from coming into my hands and going up on the counter. And then also, so on Instagram, one reason I do not like Instagram is that I see dyers and pattern designers and people's stuff all the time. Yarn, especially yarn and fiber. And I don't like it because I see someone doing a shop update and I'm like, I can't even go look. I can't even go look at it because I'll buy something. But every once in a while, especially with indie dyers, there's something that I want so bad, and I know that it's probably the last time I'll ever be able to get it because indie dyers don't always dye the same colors, especially thing I want to show you. So there was one, not yarn, but fiber that I wanted so badly. I saw it, I think for the first time back right when we moved, where there was like no way I was getting anything. And I was just like, oh, I want this so bad, but I can't have it. And then I saw on Instagram, I was at work and I was on break or something and checking Instagram, and I saw she had dyed some more of it. And I called my husband and I was like, look, I want this. It's not that much money. It's a one-time deal. It's not coming back. It's going to be gone. I need to get it right now. And so I did. And so that thing was this gorgeous braid from Rover Fibers. And this is the Grand Budapest colorway. Based on the movie, The Grand Budapest Hotel, which me and my husband both love that movie. Wes Anderson is a genius. It just really speaks to my aesthetic in general. But I love that movie. And I myself had thoughts of, like, if I ever dye stuff, I'm doing stuff based on that movie because the colors were gorgeous. Anyway, And this is coming out washed out on the screen. It's more rich in person, but so gorgeous. It's so pretty. Anyway, and I have been spinning a little bit. I have been practicing. So this is not completely irrational, but I got it. It was not that expensive. I got it, and like 2 hours later, sold out. It's all gone. So I got it. Anyway, you should listen to me in the hallway where I'm trying to explain to my husband that I need fiber before it goes away. He's like, whatever, Dan, just buy it. Stop calling me at work. So anyway, I bought it. It got here very quickly. This is 100% Polwood, which I've certainly never spun with. I'm not even really sure what I'm spinning with. Some kind of wool. It was, again, Moon Rover yarns. She has some gorgeous stuff. She has yarn and fiber. And this is the Grand Budapest. It is Kindle dyed top. It is so pretty. I heard Polwood was soft. It is very soft. Very springy, feels like. Anyway, she put a little packet of lavender in there. It smells really good. Anyway, I could just smell. I'm getting weird. I just want to smell yarn all day, pretty much. Anyway, I can't wait to spin this. I will be saving this. Not for forever, but for a little while till I'm slightly better at spinning, just so I can have a chance of making something that I can make something with. So I will probably, in terms of spinning, I don't really have spinning to show, because I'm still just using that gray fiber to practice. But I'll probably finish that up, and that's just practice. I use it to practice applying. I have 2 braids of, Malabrigo, New, which I'll also probably spin as practice. And then maybe I'll do that. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably get something else. If I'm doing that much spinning by then, I'll have other fiber. But yeah. So that was that. So this got me like into stash my mode. And then I went to the store and came out with 5,000 things. So what can you do? I would have come out with one thing if they hadn't had the unboxing. So it's someone else's fault. It's my fault. I have no self-control. That's a problem. Anyway, so I got that. I got the yarns I showed you in my projects. They were also having an unboxing of some kits from Knit One Crochet 2. One of them was the bandana kit. So this kit comes with this pattern. For this bandana, it's got 2 colors. It came in a few different colors, but I got the more natural colors, which is odd for me. I tend to go for actual colors and not neutrals, but these are so pretty. And this is the kind of mood I was in. I was like picking up stuff and throwing it in my theoretical cart. I didn't even open the bag and touch the yarn in the kit I was buying. Who does that? That doesn't even make sense. What if I didn't like the yarn? However, I got home and opened it. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is not wool. This is baby alpaca. I accidentally bought baby alpaca. This is the happiest accident I ever had. This is the softest thing I've ever touched in my life. It feels like it's melting when you touch it. It feels like butter. Like in the best way possible. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Anyway, super, just like creamy, buttery goodness. Oh, so good. So this is the Knit One Crochet 2 Covet base, which is 100% super baby alpaca. What's a super baby? I just have this idea of this like super baby alpaca. It's not a baby alpaca, it's a super baby. Anyway, so super baby alpaca, which is 19 to 20 microns, which means it's super soft. That's all you need to know. Super soft of the soft. And it's like a light fingering, maybe even lace weight. Actually, maybe lace weight. I don't know, somewhere in there. In the ivory and mink colors, and it's probably best I didn't know this was a baby alpaca, or I probably would have bought more kits. Anyway, very, very gorgeous and lovely. And I like the pattern a lot too. I think it'll be a great little shawlette thing that would be very warm and great overcoats, and I'll probably have my face buried in it all the time because it's super soft. So yeah, so I got that. And the last thing I got was what I went for in the first place. Sock yarn for a baby sweater. I looked and looked and looked. So we don't know what gender the baby is, and while I don't mind there being pinks and purples or whatever in a boy sweater, I'm not going to force that onto other people. And purple maybe not as much, but like pink, I just don't think they want that in a boy sweater if it's a boy. So I try to stay with like truly gender neutral stuff. But also, like, if I was a girl, like, I didn't want it to look like a sports jacket. I don't know. I just wanted it to be, like, firmly neither gender. Either way. So, and her colors are, like, gray and yellow, so I was trying to stay towards, neutrally colored. But good luck finding a gray and yellow yarn when you're looking for one in, one store. So anyway, so I found this yarn. It was on sale. It is superwash merino and 20% nylon. So it should make a good little baby sweater. It's good colors, good variegation, some sage green into some it's like butternut squash yellow, maybe a little bit more orange, and even some like brownie grays in there. So great fall color. This is a fall, smack dab in the middle of fall baby. So I'll probably be making, I think I'm going to make a newborn vertebrae sweater by, I don't know who it's by. But the reason I'm doing that is that, Amy? I think her name's Amy, of the Fat Squirrel Speaks, is, the host of the Fat Squirrel Speaks podcast is doing a vertebrae cow, and so I would like to enter that because it's a good little pattern for newborns, or everyone really, and it calls you can do it in fingering it. So anyway, so I got some Shaper yarn and the Nicole base. This was on sale because this company is no longer in existence. So this was the last chance to get Shaper yarn. It's a very nice yarn. It's very soft. It's beautifully dyed. It is super wash, so it will be a good baby sweater. And yeah, so it's cool. And this colorway is interesting. It's based on a woman chemist, Ellen Swallow. So that was interesting that they had a color series called Memorable Women. So maybe I'll look for some of that on D-Stash or something because I thought it was an interesting idea. So that's it. I think that's all the things I bought. No more buying things. I can't buy things. That's okay. So I just recently went through all my yarn stash, which is here, and here's a lot of stuff yarn. And then whatever I have in my projects. And so I was going through it to make sure I had it all cataloged because right before we moved, I was buying yarn, but not cataloging it because everything was crazy at my house. And so I went back through and make sure I had everything cataloged. But before I bought new stash, I had 99 items in my yarn stash, which was driving me nuts. And now it's over 100. So those of you who don't knit may think that's crazy. That's nothing. It's nothing. Lots of people have much more than that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was going through my stash and reorganizing, and I really like my stash a lot. I think for someone who hasn't been knitting that long, and for a good while did not know what she was doing, buying yarn, I think I have a good selection going that I really like. So I have lots of projects planned, and things that I want to do with those yarns, and I'm really excited about it. So honestly, while I would love to buy stash as often as possible, I think it's inspiring, and whenever I like to buy stuff, I'm not right now, and that's okay because I have lots of stuff to do with stuff that I love. So I believe that's it for today. See, look, didn't even talk about books. Almost an hour long. I hope that's lots of fun. because I cast on 500,000 things since the last time I spoke with you. Hopefully, I don't know why I said hopefully. Hopefully I'll have lots of progress to show you next time. I hope that you tune in next week for the book video, all book video. I will talk about what I've been reading quite a bit, actually. I have some other interesting things planned, or I hope you'll think that they're interesting. Keep an eye out for the new website coming. Like I said, I am actively working on it. I just need to get a few more things worked out before it's up and running. So I will let you know when that is done. Other than that, I think that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great week, and happy crafting. Thanks. Bye.